As AI chatbots become integrated into teenagers' daily lives, experts are raising concerns about their emotional and social impact. New research reported yesterday by the Associated Press shows that nearly three-fourths of all U.S. teens have used an AI companion app at least once. And that's slightly more than half of the teens using them regularly. This research also shows that 1 in 3 parents admit to being concerned that their teens too emotionally dependent on an AI chatbot. So let's talk more about this with David Schweidel, professor of marketing at Emory University with expertise in AI and social media. Welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot, Cheryl.
All right, I'm a parent of 3 teenagers and a 3rd grader. So I'm like leaning in and don't know really what to even do with this conversation. What do you think AI chatbots are becoming so emotionally appealing, especially to teens? I mean, saying we'd rather have that than real human interaction.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Cheryl. And this is, I've got 2 young kids at home. This gives me shades of social media all over again in terms of the lack of guardrails that exist and the need for parents really to be the ones overseeing this to the extent possible. But, as you said, and as the report had found, when people are saying, I'd rather talk to an AI than another human being, that's a little bit troubling.
Yeah, and then my first question I want to scream is why? Why? Is it because you can control the reaction? You can get the response you're looking for?
I
It
think
removes
that's a big
conflict. There's
part
no
of it.
conflict.
There's the perception that there's no judgment when you're talking to these bots. I mean, think about talking to a friend of yours. You might be on the same page most of the time, but you're not going to have the identical point of view. So these chatbots are largely going to confirm what they're being told. They're going to give you that positive feedback. They're not necessarily designed to be challenging you. So that may be part of the appeal is I have something, I want that confirmation. I'm not necessarily looking for different opinions.
Well, and then that raises an important question when we talk about kind of greater society, because you're going to meet people in your life that you don't agree with. Critical thinking is an important piece for our society as well. So without this, you're not learning to navigate any kind of differences or conflicts. Is that one of maybe the top risks you see, or what risks do you see when these AI companions start replacing real relationships?
Absolutely. I mean, AI is getting embedded into many different aspects of society. From a higher education standpoint, we're seeing students jump on using this technology. But one of the studies that's come out has said the more that you use AI, it lowers or there's a correlation with reduced critical thinking. And so that's one of the big concerns is the more we rely on these technologies, we're not developing those critical thinking skills. We're becoming a little bit too reliant on this technology when it comes to work. And now, as you're seeing, when it comes to kind of, quote, social interactions with other people. And this has been a concern kind of going back to the pandemic that children that were kind of affected by the pandemic in their elementary school years, their social development was delayed. Now we're seeing kind of the adoption of these AI companions. That's also going to further delay their ability in terms of developing those social skills and that resilience.
Interesting. So AI is significant. It's important. It's not going anywhere. It's going to expand. So the question isn't whether it's going to stick around or not. The question is, how do we best navigate it? So from a parent's perspective, how do we guide kids to understand what's real versus what's programmed, and the best way to utilize this technology but not let it be a takeaway?
First and foremost, parents have to know about the technology. So I would encourage parents to dabble with it just to kind of be familiar with what these tools are. Like what is character AI? That's one of the big players in this space. So go on there, create the account so that you understand what's out there. And so that way you can have that conversation saying, hey, you want to talk to a historical figure or you want to explore career options. Those are legitimate use cases of this technology.
Sure.
You want to have a virtual companion, a romantic partner. Maybe we need to take a beat and have a conversation about why you're feeling the need to go in that direction. I'd also kind of encourage parents to look at some of the cases that have come up already, because there's one case where a chatbot encouraged a child to commit suicide.
Oh
And
boy.
so, again, understanding what the risks are and
Yeah.
having the conversations with your kids rather than just assuming that everything's going to be okay if they
No
go out
doubt.
there and use available technology.
Really important conversations, David. Thanks so much for that perspective. Appreciate that.
Thanks a lot.